Good morning. Today we are moving into last module 5, where we study two concepts called as sampling theory and joint probability distribution. Now we will start with sampling theory, where the first terminology is what we are going to learn related to sampling is population or inverse. Second terminology is sample. And what is a sampling? A large collection of individual numerical data. It is understood as population. So you can take an example of in a country, the population, what we tell, a large number of datas. Here in sampling, as in day-to-day life, it is nothing but more number of people in a country. So that itself we call it as population. So same concept over here also. Sample is nothing but a finite data what we are taking it from the population. So a finite subset of the universe or population is called as sample. The number of individuals of a sample is called as an sample size, and we denoted that sample size as small letter n. And while studying it, if sample size are less than or equal to 30, then we call it such sample is like small, and otherwise we call it as a sample size is large. Based on this sample size, we are categorizing in future the study of sampling theory. The process of selecting the samples from the population is called as the sampling. So first term, population, large data, selecting a finite or a small data from the population is nothing but sample. Sample size denoted as n. The process where we are selecting a sample from the population is called as sampling. Okay. The selection of an individual or item from the population in such a way that each has the same chance of being selected is called as random sampling. In a previous slide we observed sampling is a process where we are selecting a sample from the population. But what type of selection we are doing it, we did not discuss. So in particular, if we select a sample from a population in such a way that each sample should have a chance, each data should have a chance of being selecting. So such type of selection of a sample from a population is called as random sampling. So here you are telling a particular way of selecting samples. So suppose we take a sample size as n and size of the population as capital N, then there will be capital N, C, small letter n possible samples. C stands for what? Combination. So random sampling is a technique in which each of the NCN samples has an equal chance of being selected. Here we set how many possible samples you will get when n number from n number of capital N is the size of the population, and selecting a sample, a small n is a sample size. So you should have a random sampling means what? There should be a technique in which NCN samples has an equal chance of being selected. And in a random sampling, we came across with again two types called as sampling with replacement and without replacement. If I will from a box, if I will take two balls, red and blue, in a box there may be so many number of balls. For let me take it an example, 100 number of balls are there in a box of different colors. If I select 5 balls from a box of different colors, then that is a I am taking a sample and applying it for a study. So it is next again if I take 5 more balls from a box. So first when from 100 I am taking 5, it will be 95 number of balls will be there in a box. Again if I take 5 from the 95, so you left out with 90 number of balls in a box. Again for another sample, how you select? Another 5 balls from a box. So out of 90 you are selecting 5 balls. Okay, so this type of sampling is called as without replacement, because you are not putting it back the first selected 5 balls. Yes, so sampling with replacement, what it means? From 100 balls you randomly selected 5 balls. So how many balls are left out in a box? 95 balls. So before going to second attempt of taking a sample, you put it back these 5 balls in a box. So again, what is the size of the box? It becomes 100. Then you take a second attempt of selecting a balls. So again you select 5 balls from a box. So again out of 100 only you are selecting 5 balls. So this type is called as what? Sampling with replacement. So major difference is population size with replacement remain constant throughout when you are selecting the sample. But population size capital N will vary when you are selecting a sample without replacement. Now, next terminology here we study called as sampling distribution. Suppose we have different sample size of N drawn from the population. If I take up a previous example itself, there is 100 balls are there in a box. While giving an example for with replacement and without replacement, I am selecting a 5 number of balls for a sample, correct? If I vary that sample size, first time when if I take 5 balls of a sample, next time I may take 15 balls from a population as a sample. So here sample size is varied. For a first sample, the sample size is 5. For the second sample size is 15. So sample size are of different. That is the meaning of this sentence. Suppose we have different sample size N drawn from the population. So in that cases, study will give you a different mode of the answers where it will not have a uniformity. So in that case, if we have a different sample size, then to make it a uniformity, we study the quantities, standard quantities for that samples, like mean and standard deviation, etc. As in a sampling distributions, we introduce a concept of statistics also, which gives some calculated proof for the any decisions what you take based on the population. Hence, majoritarily we compute it quantities which will be used in statistics itself, that is mean and standard deviation. And you observe that this mean and standard deviation will differ for different sample because sample size is different. So that only they have said these will not be same. Suppose we group these characteristics according to their frequencies. It means according to the sample size. Again we group the samples. The frequency distribution so generated is called as sampling distribution. So here in the first attempt, first sample size is 5. Second sample size is 5. So I may take number of samples from the population of 100. So they are telling it the mean and standard deviation of these different samples also is going to vary. It will not be same. So we take up the characters mean of the samples where sample size are same, and according to that the frequency what it is distributed, according to that we take up a study. So here frequency of different distributions we are taking. So such type of distributing the samples are called as sampling distribution. The sampling distribution of a large sample is always to be normal distribution, and standard deviation of the sampling distribution is called as standard error. These terminologies we will use it when we solve the problems related to sampling. So first it is very important that you need to understand the terminologies related to sampling. So till now what I discussed the terminologies in sampling, the questions related to that, they will not ask you to explain the things. But now onwards what I am explaining it, they will ask you to define the null hypothesis, define the alternate hypothesis. So these are the two important terminologies which they will ask you to define in the exam for 2 marks. So what is that hypothesis? Hypothesis means nothing but assumptions. That assumptions what we make it may be true or it may not be true. So when we study sampling, our study is mainly depends on how good a hypothesis we frame it, how best hypothesis we will frame it. So again in this assumptions means what? Hypothesis. So in this hypothesis we study 2 different types of hypothesis called as null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. As we said, we don't know the hypothesis assumptions what we do, it is right or wrong. So based on that we are categorizing this null hypothesis and we are categorizing the types of the hypothesis as null hypothesis and alternate. If the hypothesis what we formulated, it is formulated in such a way that it should be get reject, under the assumptions what we have done. But that assumption may be true. Such type of hypothesis called as null hypothesis. The hypothesis what we have done, it may be true, but I am choosing that hypothesis in keeping in a mind that I need to reject it. It means what? It is practically it is true, but I don't know it is true. So I have a assumption of that what hypothesis I have done, it may be wrong. So I need to reject that hypothesis. So selecting a such hypothesis is called as doing a such hypothesis assumptions is called as null hypothesis, and we denote it that as H suffix O, H naught. Sorry, not O, H suffix 0, H naught. So complementary of the null hypothesis is called as alternate hypothesis, and it is denoted as H1. Okay. So in exam they will ask you to define null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis, and you begin to define it from the hypothesis itself, how it is given here, like that only you need to write it down. Okay. So examples of choosing the hypothesis. See, we are adopting two processes in an experiment. I need to test that process B is better than process A for the formulation. In that cases, we choose a hypothesis, null hypothesis, as there is no difference between the process A and process B. Actually, B may be better, I don't know, but I need to reject the hypothesis. But from that perception, I will say that we don't know. That's why we say that there is no difference between process A and process B. So we want to reject this. So no, in the same way, test whether the relationship between the two variables, two variates, we can formulate the hypothesis that there is no relationship between the two variates. So null hypothesis means a negative statements. You can see, I can put it in different words. Null hypothesis gives us a negative statements of what it is to be asked to find. If they ask you to test that hypothesis, the process is better, in that case I'll take opposite, that it is not better. So there is no difference between the process A and B. It is not better means there is no difference, correct? So in the same way, if there is a relation they ask means I will take there is no relation. So taking a negative statement of what actually required to test is nothing but null hypothesis. Okay. So in next video we will discuss some more terminologies related to sampling. Thank you.